Welcome back to this week's YouTube Live and the podcast. My name is RD. Welcome to the Waterfowl Den. Hopefully y'all having a good week. Middle of the week is hump day, so hopefully y'all having a good week. It has definitely been a little rainy here for us in South Carolina, so much needed rain. Hopefully y'all getting some where y'all are. It looks like the first major storm might be heading our way before too much longer. I seen it. They're starting to talk about it off the coast of Africa. So we shall see. Give it a couple minutes. Give everybody a chance to get on. So over here and off the coast of Africa, they're talking about this one. This one appears to want to maybe go up, but this one right here, they're projecting it to come this way. At the moment, that's still, this one's probably at least a week out. So it is that time of September for sure. If you in North Carolina, you better be getting to higher grounds, because it is definitely flooding. Myrtle Beach area too, so if y'all in that area, Outer Banks, Wilmington, that's pretty heavy. Over here in the upper part of the mountains, there's definitely some heavy rain up in there. Both of them are heavy rain. So much needed rain. Gonna be a couple days of rain here in the south. What I am hearing about weather-wise, look like if you took a marker and you went about like that, we're gonna be in cold weather. That's what they're saying. We're gonna be in cold weather this winter. I hope so. Last year we had some pretty cold weather and had some pretty good duck hunting days, but who knows? If you look at the reports, the breeding has been way down this year. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Normally, when breeding populations are down in Canada, it doesn't fare well for the rest of us. But hey, we'll start knowing here very, very soon. There's a lot going on. There's a lot I want to talk about. Like I said, give it a couple minutes while a bunch of people start pouring in. We're going to talk a little bit about this past weekend. We're going to talk some football. We got pre-football event thing that I'm getting started, and we're going to talk about some different hunting and regulations. So let's get to it. Let's start with football. That's what's going to be up coming very soon. If you watched last week, there was the first preseason game of professional. Now, I'm not a big professional football fan. I'm more into college. I am surprised to see my Gamecocks made the coaches poll 13. I believe Clemson might be a little bit too high. I mean, I'm just gonna go throw that out there. I mean, maybe y'all tell me what y'all think, but I feel like Clemson might be ranked a little too high. But Texas, Ohio, Georgia, maybe. That one's a toss-up. I mean, I don't know. Clemson, definitely, I don't think is going to have a great year this year. This is going to be our year, though. It's going to be our year. I feel it. And if not, it's going to be our rebuilding year. But here's the dates for college football. We're in this month now. We are in August. I can feel college football kicking off. I mean, it is right here. So August the 30th, 29th, 28th is ranked teams. I think some of the lower ranking colleges actually start a little bit earlier, but go ahead and throw them on your calendar for sure. NFL preseason, that's starting tomorrow. You got 3 games tomorrow. So 3 games going to be going on tomorrow, and then Friday will be the Panthers. Are they going to use their last year's quarterback? They're going to bench him. They're going to find somebody new. I mean, can they get any worse? I mean, there at the end, they kind of got a little bit better, but ooh. I mean, if my hunting season was based on the Panthers, it'd be pretty rough. One thing else I want to talk about, I started a fantasy football league. If you're interested in joining this league, hit me up on Facebook. I can put my email address on there or whatever. I got 10 slots. Maybe next year it may be bigger. Not sure how it might work out, but there's 10 slots with me taking 1 slot, so there's 9 slots. The draft will be set for Wednesday, September the 3rd. So 28 days we would go live and do the draft, live, which will be pretty cool. But something new, definitely, for the channel. Get some people, all into fantasy football. So if you're interested in fantasy football, let me know. If you never played fantasy football, it's really interesting. So basically on that September the 3rd, when it's draft day, it'll randomly pick each person in the draft to pick whoever they want. Then it rotates to the next person, and so on. So if you went first let's just say I went first and I got first round pick. In the second round, I will go last, giving everybody the opportunity. You can trade players. Basically, by Sunday night, you get your team set in, and however they play that week with your players is a percentage. And then by the end of the season, it kind of goes into like championships. So, and I played previously. You could be doing pretty good and then do really, really good and then still lose, and somebody come from behind, come and win it. So it's just fun and games. There's no money in this draft here. It is called the Huddle Ducks. So that's the team's name. Like I said, if you want to get into this fantasy football, just let me know. Hit me up on Facebook. I can send you the link, or send me an email at Reynolds@yahoo.com, and I can send you the link. Or if you got my number, I can text you the link. But I think that's going to be pretty interesting this year. Alright, so rules and regulations. Deer season is almost here. Like, if you are a deer hunter, you're itching. Now, I'm not a big deer hunter. I am more into waterfowl. I love waterfowl hunting and turkeys. September is dove season for me, and it is goose season. And then we do have a week of teal season. So for y'all deer hunters, here is the map right here. I'm going to throw it up on the screen once I find my mouse. Alright, so here we go. Zoom in here for a little bit. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger for you. Alright, so whatever county you are in South Carolina, there's your zones. Zone 3, we're going to talk about Zone 3 first, because Zone 3, you can start hunting deer with a gun in what, 10 days? 9 days, something like that. So usually Zone 3 usually comes in before us, and this is all on private land too now. So private land and game management is always different. Private land, you can do different stuff, and especially statewide. Like private land, you can hunt over corn. Game management, you cannot. Game management, you can't hunt on Sundays. There's all kind of rules and stuff like that. But Zone 3, y'all gonna be hunting really soon. But also take in this consideration of Youth Day. Now, Youth Day is obviously Youth Day. You take a youth with you. It has to be, it's different for each zone, because right here, you're going to see Youth Day in Zone 1, private. It's going to say either sex. Private land, Zone 2, either sex. But down here, I thought there was one that said antlerless. Okay, so here's the days. August the 9th, antlerless deer only. So check out what day is in your zone. I am in Zone 2, so I still got a little bit before gun season comes in for us. That'd be towards October. That's when the trees are got that crisp air and that nip that we like to talk about it, where you just barely need a long sleeve, but one day you could be out there still fighting mosquitoes. But these youth days, and throw it on the ground. This is the perfect opportunity to also use that day as a scouting day. Take one of your kids with you. There are rules on that. So for that, on state youth days, there is an age limit. Here is the age limit. They got to be under 17. I think they cannot be completed the hunter education program yet. It doesn't require any license or tags for the youth, but they have to be with an adult who has a license. The adult may call or guide, so calling would be like grunting and like deer antler rattling, stuff like that. However, the only youth can attempt to take well, that's for gobblers. I'm on that one. I need to go on down to the deer. But it's still the same rules for deer. So make sure you follow that. And if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to find it in the rules and regs. I think it's down here in the deer section. I still think you have to call that in. Like, even though it's a youth and they don't have a tag, I still think you have to report that. So make sure you check on your rules and reg on that. If I can find that in here, I'm pretty sure I saw that earlier today. There's a lot of rules and regs. Remember, come September in South Carolina, morning doves. So that's going to be September the 1st through October. Different public dove fields. If you don't have a place to go, there are many places in the state that you can go and hunt. Opening day on a public field, whew, that's all I can say. Let's see. Go on down. And this PDF is available on DNR's website. Like I said, for deer, um, there's a whole section on game management of deer. There's a whole section of game management, when you can hunt, which areas. It is broke down by the names. So make sure you got all that squared away before you hit the woods. There's definitely different rules for game management. So, yep, it's that time. Wanted to pull up. I went past it because I know I was up there at the Let me get back up here. That was up here with the mourning doves. Alright, so waterfowl. I want to talk about them dates too, because it was let's see. There's the mourning doves. I was looking for the dates for waterfowl. Here we go. Alright, so early teal. We have 2 waterfowl seasons in South Carolina. You got goose season, which is September the 1st through September the 30th. And then you got early teal season. And that's only going to be 8 days this year. So early teal, 6. Right there, 6 total. Canada geese, you have 4 different dates here. So you got to look at that and then come over here and look. So from September the 1st through the 30th, you can get 15. But then when the remaining of the season comes, you only get 5. So make sure you know what those limits are. And remember, early teal is sunrise to sunset. It's not that 30 minutes before and 30 minutes sunrise stuff and sunset times. Teal is right at sunrise to sunset. So that's just a early reminder there. So let me tell you about this past weekend. Man, it was an awesome weekend. So I think I probably can pull that up. So while I'm looking at this past weekend, I got the honor to travel. Let's see if I can pull that. Yeah, I can. Alright, so it's been in the works. I've been talking about it, been telling y'all there's something new coming to the channel, something big. And this past weekend, if you followed along in a couple of spots, you would have noticed that announcement. And that announcement is, this year I got the honor to be an ambassador program for Rite. So I will be shooting for Rite this whole upcoming year. I will be making a lot of videos for Rite. So this past weekend, I got the honor to go and work the booth in the Ducks Unlimited expo, which was really cool. Be looking out for that video. I mean, the people. I mean, it was massive. We'll talk about that. So I got the opportunity to work the booth, and I got to tell people about shotguns. I got to tell people, show them how to break the new Ace and the Ace R down. If you don't know much about the new Ace shotgun is the new model for Rite. You got the Ace and you got the Ace R. The Ace R is I would call it like a medium hump. Some people that walked up to the booth said, "Oh, this is like the old humpbacks." It's not that high. It's like a mid. Now, pretty much everybody that walked up to that show, if they were, I don't know, probably came up to here, to me, they would like the traditional rounded receiver. If you're a pretty big guy, like me, I'm 6'2", pretty broad chest, that R, the Ace R, is awesome. The hump is right in your face. Now, again, some people don't like that, but what I found, especially being working the booth this past weekend, what I saw was bigger people, bigger shoulders, it just fit them better. Now, these guns do come with shim kits. Typically, I do have to shim mine. I got a pretty fat cheeks. I usually have to shim mine away because if you don't know how to shim a gun, especially shotguns, you need to put a straw on top. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on that. So you put a straw, tape the straw to your rib, and then you throw it up. And if you can't see down that rib, through the straw, if you're looking at the straw like that, then it's pretty good. If you're looking through the straw and it's kind of twisted, like at an angle. Alright, it looks like I'm back. So we'll see how many people come back on the stream. Lost internet for a good 10 minutes. So I don't know where I left off on the story, but we're back. Hey Jeff, hopefully you're still here. I'm not sure if you're still connected or not, but I was telling y'all about my weekend and how it went. Let me give it a couple minutes, see how many people come back, if I lost anybody. I'm sure it's going to drop the feed on probably Facebook for sure. Yeah, it was live. Let's see if we come back on YouTube. Let's see here. I'm sure it's going to drop the feed on probably Facebook. Hey, it looks like we're back. So, let's see how that works out. But I was telling about this weekend on how I got the opportunity to go and represent and how I got the honor to become a ambassador for Rite Shotguns. Really cool experience that I had this weekend going to Ducks Unlimited, the Ducks Expo in Memphis. I got the opportunity to meet a ton of people. I got to tell them about shotguns, on how to tear them apart. And that new Ace and the Ace R is unreal how quick you can take it apart and clean it. Trust me, I shoot a lot of ammo. I go through a lot of different pattern testing, and there is nothing that compares how quick this gun can be disassembled and cleaned. It's got a button to pull the trigger assembly out. There's no pins. You literally could take it out in the blind, clean it, put it back. So there's going to be a lot of videos and a lot of how-to with these shotguns. The Ace and the Ace R is using the Airy recoil pad. It reminds me of a old school 80s, 90s tennis shoe, but it feels so soft. So I can't wait to get one in to start shooting. So watch out real soon on them. They will be some cool videos once I get it in my hands, and it won't be long. It's already shipped. So to start off with, it will be the 12 gauge, and somewhere around probably, they say in October, but probably November, 28 gauge. So I will have the 28 gauge in the Ace R, so be on the lookout for that. But man, the people, it was a 3-day show. I went Friday, Saturday, and then just a wee bit of Sunday. So we left out Thursday. It takes 10 hours going and 11 hours coming back. You'll be like, well, how'd that work out? You lose an hour going, so, or I guess you would gain it because you basically, as soon as you cross into Alabama, the time rolls back. But in theory, it's still 11 hours, however way you want to look at it. So we left Thursday and got up there. Got up Friday, kind of helped them get the booth going and set up. Friday was a decent event for sure. There was a good many people there. Saturday was packed. And then I went Sunday morning. The hotel didn't have like checkout till like, I think 12 o'clock. So I got up, went down there. I got the opportunity to interview some more people before the crowd got there. And so that video is going to be coming out. We stayed 2 blocks from the convention center. And when I say it is Memphis, the crime rate is probably pretty high downtown. So when it got dark, we definitely was in our hotel, but we stayed at I think it was a Comfort Inn suite. It had parking underground for the hotel. The pool was on the 9th floor, so obviously my son enjoyed that. So when we got there Friday, I got to see a couple people. It was pretty cool. That was the first time I got to put my hands on the Ace R. I don't know where I lost y'all before the internet went out, but the Ace R is a mid hump. People would come by and be like, "Oh, it's like the old humpbacks." It's not. It's less of that. So if you are a shorter, skinnier person, I would say probably up to here on me. The Ace, which is a rounded receiver, is probably going to be better for you. But if you are bigger, guy like myself, 6'2", 48 regular chest size, that hump, as soon as you throw it up, is in your face. And again, I'm just going to repeat myself a little bit from earlier. I don't know where I lost y'all. But if you never shimmed your shotgun, Google on YouTube or Google it, the straw test. That's going to tell you how you aiming. If that straw is not straight and you can see through it down that rib, you need to adjust it. These retays will come with a shim kit to shim them to you. Every gun manufacturer, I don't care who it is, especially shotguns, there is a average male size that all shotguns are made by. They take the average man and they say, okay, well, this gun is going to fit the average man. Well, we're not average, so most likely every gun needs to be shimmed. There's a lot of guns out there that you can't shim them at all. So the retays are going to come with shim kits, and for the most part, every gun I get, I have to shim it because I got fat cheek. So I have to push the buttstock away from my face so that I can get on target. But man, the vendors that's at this show, I'm talking about big names, all your boat motors, wader companies, duck calls, goose calls, they were all there. The goose, well, they had a duck calling contest, and then they had a They had a regional contest, and then they had a cut down call contest, which 45 people entered that contest. I did go live, so if you want to go see that, you can go back and watch it. But it was like an hour and a half long, and my battery died while streaming that, and I didn't get to, which they went into 3 rounds. And a buddy that I know who has been on this YouTube Live and the podcast before has been, he won both of them. He won the regional and the cut down. So that was pretty awesome. Man, they had some big names. And Sunday, after I left, I can't remember which Duck Dynasty it was. One of the sons. I don't think it was. I don't remember who was there, but one of them was there and walking around the show. But at that point, I already left. So, but they had everything. If you were wanting to go to something duck hunting related, that was a excellent show. Again, it was in downtown Memphis. Again, I would recommend maybe finding a hotel that was really close. I never had to move my truck. I literally could walk to the convention center. I mean, I could see it from my hotel room. That's how close I was, and that was a great benefit. My mother went with me, my son, and she was able to walk it and then walk around inside the convention center. So we had a great hotel. But right beside the convention center is the Pyramid Bass Pro Shop. We were already there. We were already going to go to the Bass Pro Shop. You know, my son was already hyped up about this Bass Pro Shop. This Bass Pro Shop is a pyramid, and I'm talking about massive pyramid. I knew it had a hotel in it. I knew it had some restaurants in it, but I did not know really what it had in it. Because, you know, people will be like, man, when you go to Memphis, you got to go to the Bass Pro Shop. There's a museum in there. Hey, Jay, glad you're here. I lost internet the first time, somewhere about 20 minutes ago. Exact same thing happened last week. Me and my buddy was on and lost internet, and there's nothing I could do when the internet goes out. But we got to go to the Bass Pro Shop. When you walk in this Bass Pro Shop, I think literally, like most Bass Pro Shops, you've been in one Bass Pro Shop, they all about the same. This one is totally different. I literally think you could spend hours in this Bass Pro Shop. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making it up. That Bass Pro Shop has 2 restaurants, a hotel, a massive elevator we'll talk about, everything that would be typically in a Bass Pro Shop. Did I say a bowling alley? They got a bowling alley. They had all kind of like different buildings that had different stuff in them. A museum. I mean, it was crazy. Beyond crazy. So when we came in, the Bass, I think it was like, say, 6:30-ish. I knew they were going to close at 8. So the first thing we wanted to do was go up the elevator to the tip top so that you could walk out onto the glass balcony. You get in this elevator, and I'm not one for heights at all. This is like, per the little speaker thing, one of the world's largest freestanding elevators, and it's as high as the Statue of Liberty, and it shoots you all the way up to the top, and there's glass on both sides, so when you're going up, you look like you're going up a pyramid, and I didn't enjoy looking out either side of the glass, but we get up there, and it dumps you off into a restaurant, and you can see for miles. and it is literally right beside the Mississippi River. So when you go out on this glass balcony, I was like, and you look down through that glass, you a long ways down. I'm talking about a long ways down. My son wanted a picture, so we walk out on this glass, and then on the glass, they got, the metal supports. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not walking on that glass. I'm walking on the metal. So I walk out there, and I turn to take the picture, and all these other people start walking on there, and that glass started shaking. I was out, like out. I couldn't do it. But there's two decks up there, one overlooking like downtown, and the other one looking towards the Mississippi. The restaurant was really cool. They had a massive fish tank in it. So we took the elevator back down. I wanted to look in the reloading section because y'all know I love some reloading. They had a lot of stuff reloading, nothing that I needed. But on that second floor-ish, I'm going to say second floor because it's really not second floor, but second floor was the Ducks Unlimited museum. They had old calls. They had handmade decoys, goose decoys. I mean, like really old, and they had photos that went along with it. We got there too late to go into the museum part, but standing outside was solid glass. So, I mean, you could look inside and look at everything. And when I say they had decoys, it was unreal. And I'm talking about like wooden decoys flying. They had mounts. It was unreal. Went down the elevator. Well, while you're on the second floor looking out, if you look straight across the pyramid, that is where the hotel is. And each hotel has a balcony, kind of like like a balcony that you would be at a beach or whatever. But each balcony is a screened-in porch. Like, it looks like a screened-in porch, and it has rocking chairs, and you're overlooking into the pyramid. And inside this Bass Pro Shop, and I'm telling you, it's massive, there is water. Like, all Bass Pro Shops had the little tank where the water and the guys throwing fish in. You know what I'm talking about if you've been in a Bass Pro Shop. But I'm talking about water as in like ponds. There are carp swimming around there, and I'm talking massive catfish, and you're standing like you would be looking in a pond. And they got these big trees. They're not real trees, but they look like trees. Cypress trees going up. I mean, it is amazing. Typically, a Bass Pro Shop would have boats. This Bass Pro Shop does have boats, but the boats are in the water. Like, you have to walk across, like a dock, like a pier, like you would be. I mean, a floating pier. The boat is floating. You can get in the boats. It's crazy. Restaurants. We didn't even go to the bowling alley. I don't even know what that looks like. There was all kind of like little, I don't know. It was like Easter eggs everywhere. Like look over here. Oh, look at this Easter egg. It was like a building and it had stuff in it. And then like over here, look at this Easter egg. Like everywhere you turned, there were Easter eggs. So it was really cool. We really enjoyed that. Jeff said that sweet youth gun. Jeff, you talking about the one that I posted with my son holding it up? I mean, I know it's going to take him about 20 seconds to reply to that. Jay says I want the Ace R and 20 gauge, but that 14 length of pull may be a little bit too long for me. So I know there will be a shims in there that you could take some of the shims out of the buttstock. Jay, that 20 gauge is super, super light. Now with these new Aces, if you have ever had an inertia gun, and I'm talking inertia Stoger, I'm talking Frenchie, I'm talking Benelli and Browning A5, the new A5s. Them are all inertia. There's plenty of more inertia guns out there. The man who invented the inertia was working for one company. He designed the bolt. Later on they call it the Benelli click, but it's not really Benelli click. It's anything with inertia click. If you take your shotgun with inertia and you bounce it on the floor, it's going to rotate that bolt or head or the battery ram just a hair. And if it opens and doesn't lock back, when you pull the trigger, you're going to get that click. A lot of people experience when they're in the blind, they put it down, it bounces. People experience it when they're hunting. They'll throw the shell in and they'll ease the bolt in. Well, if you don't let go of that bolt, it's not going to lock. Well, Rite redesigned all their bolts. They went back to that guy. He came out with version 2.0, which is the Inertia Plus. It is a locking bolt. He owns the patent to that. Rite has that. So Rite, it doesn't matter how slow, and there's videos. I made videos, and when I get the shotgun, I'll show you. You can pull that bolt back and let go. It will lock, taking away the click. So if you ever had one to click, I have had one. I've bounced my Stoger on the floor in the duck blind. I have done the not letting it go hard and trying to sneak it in right at shooting time. The Ace fixes that problem because it has the Inertia Plus bolt. The Ace and the Ace R is going to be in 12 gauge, 20 gauge, and 28 gauge. The 28 gauge will not be out till late-ish October. The 20 gauge and 12 gauge is out now, but I will go ahead and tell you, I know Jay's favorite color. I think it's like the Georgia State camo. That Bottomland is pretty much sold out everywhere and is on back order. So if you're a fan like me and you like the Max camo, the waterfowl, the grass, the Max colors, them are in stock. So sweet guns. They're around the $1,000 range. Black, if you want the black finish, it's like $980-ish, and them's all retail prices online. So that's that suggested. So there's no telling what you might find it in your store, but the black is going to be around $980-ish. The camo color one will be around $1,050-ish, right under $1,100. You can't quote me on that because every store is different. But at the expo, I had my hands on the first Cerakoted Ace R. That Cerakote will be coming out. It's not out yet. It was just released right before the couple of shows. There's a lot of stuff in Rite's lineup that is coming out, and it's going to be awesome. In the booth, they had Rite's new 22 pistols. They were threaded. I'm talking about these things felt good in your hands. The one thing about the 22 pistol, and I can't remember the price, but I'm pretty sure it was under the $300 range. I wonder if I can pull it up. I can't pull it up on the live, but I can at least look it up, see if they got pricing on the website. And you can go check out all their stuff at retailusa.com. Let's see. It was the RXP22. Man, if you can get your hands on one of these and feel it, it is legit. Let's see if they got They don't even have pricing on it yet. It came out, I think, somewhere around March. So it is new. And there's like 16 different colors you can get it in. But the one thing that I liked about it, the clip wasn't plastic. You see that a lot with the 22s. It is a 22. We know it's a plinker. You're not getting a 22 to go out there and take out a bear. If you were, you probably Chuck Norris. But the clip is made out of metal, like solid. It's got weight to it. It was designed to have that weight so that the whole gun now feels like a 9mm 45. So that added weight makes it balance really good in your hands. So when you're out in the store in the next, I say, couple months, you definitely need to look at the retays. The one that was at the show was threaded. They're going to have them non-threaded, so definitely pick one up. I highly recommend it. It's going to come with 2 magazines, a 13 round, a 10 round, depending on which state. A 19 round is going to be available. It weighs 1 pound and 8 ounces. So really cool stuff going on there. And it can take the RMR and the RMSC optics, the red dots. If you're familiar with that, with the screws, you take the top plate off, you can mount your red dot straight to the receiver without having to take it to a gunsmith. Already made into the gun, so really awesome. They had the pumps there. There was all kind of stuff. Other vendors, Blind Grass was there. I had Jay on every now and then from Blind Grass. He was there. I saw Daryl from the waterfowl company in South Carolina makes duck calls. I saw a bunch of shotgun vendors there. Shin waders were there. Mossy Oak. Oh my gosh, their booth setup, square footage wise, was probably bigger than my house. Like, I'm not making it up. I think they had everything that they ever design or sell at that show in their booth. That's how big Mossy Oak was. I saw Jeff Stanfield and Andy there from the Big Honker podcast, the Stanfield Lodge. Man, knife collectors. It was massive. There was all kind of dog trainers out there. If you were looking for a dog, if you were looking for a trainer, they were there. They were constantly giving stuff away. You could register for all kind of stuff throughout the day. Great expo. I highly recommend it. But I also highly recommend you staying really close to the convention center. If you did go out, I recommend that you drive across the bridge into Arkansas, which is called, what is it called? It was something Memphis. West Memphis. I think it was called West Memphis. But great restaurants over there. Really easy to get to. It's not that hard to get out of the city. But great time. I mean, like I said, this year I will be shooting the Ace R. Mine's being shipped right now. Come November-ish. I'm not even going to say a time, but November-ish, I will have the 28 gauge in my hand. First one is obviously 12 gauge. You know, I'm a big 12 gauge kind of guy. But that Ace Airy buttstop recoil pad felt really nice. Like, it felt really nice. And I really can't go on to say how quick you could take it apart. I don't know if you timed yourself, but let's see. When you take the cap off, one Mississippi, take the barrel and that off, that's probably another Mississippi, and the boat literally comes out and push the button. I bet you in 5-6 seconds, easily, if I took my time, you can have that gun took apart and ready to clean in 5 seconds. And I'm not making it up. I know other brands that are inertia, especially the P3500. The inertia system rides on a rail that rides on a spring that's on the magazine or the buffer tube. There's pieces that you have to put together on that and then put the foregrip. I'm telling you, I haven't seen anything this easy to take apart other than the Winchester 1911, which is called the Widowmaker. That's probably the easiest gun I've ever seen in my entire life to clean. But it is pretty awesome. That's all I got to say. Y'all will like it. But yeah, that's how my weekend went. I didn't even know. So going back to, I've been talking about this for a while. Hey, there's something new coming to the channel. Coming to the channel. I didn't even mention it. Especially when my wife got sick. We found out, that she got sick. That she now has cancer. What's that consist of? Don't know. How bad was it? At that point, we didn't know. We hadn't had any scans yet. I already knew that I was going to the show. All that got put on hold, obviously. I was not going if she was having surgery or radiation or chemo, or we didn't even know. So once the scans came back and they found out that it was stage 1, that it didn't protrude out of her colon and didn't get into her lymph nodes, and then there wasn't nothing in her chest. They pushed her surgery out. So update on her. We talked to the doctor next week, the surgeon. So there is no date yet for surgery. But since all that got pushed out, it kind of eased our mind, and it gave me the opportunity to go to the show. So without a doubt, the opportunity that I got to be an ambassador retail, to do this show, to go and stand at the table and talk to people in that capacity was an honor. But I got to give thanks to God. I got to give thanks to God for this channel. Thanks to God for my wife. We've had them conversations in the past couple of weeks. I want to thank my wife. My wife, I'm not going to say lets me, because somebody's going to take that. You let your wife let you. Happy life is a happy wife. So my wife is really behind me on this channel. Videos. Y'all know I go through some shells, reloading, adventures, trips, cameras, setups, going to Memphis. That takes a lot of backing. So I definitely want to thank her. I want to thank all of y'all. The same ones who was on the channel 20-30 minutes ago when the internet went out, and now y'all back watching and commenting. Y'all are the ones who are helping. When I started this YouTube, I don't know, what was it, 2.5 years ago? Some of y'all's been around that long. It was just hey, I'm going out there and I'm powdering my shotgun. I might as well record it and share it with the world. And then I started the lives, and at that time I was only doing, one a month. And now we're doing them every Wednesday. we come a long ways, and I could not do it without y'all. Um, I don't even know there it is. Saturday, I think. Last Saturday, I think we were 70 subscribers away from hitting 24,000, and it looks like we're 19 away now. 19 subscribers away from hitting 24,000. I mean, that is unreal. Like, I thought, I had little mindset. If I get to 10, that's going to be it, man. We blew that out of the water. Like, if I can do this will mean we're getting established. And it was so cool to, when you hit that showroom floor, people come up and be like, hey, I know you. And, like, when I was recording, walking around, one of the things that, like, hit me really hard, and I've said this a dozen times, the hunting community is a small hunting community. When somebody 11 hours away, I'm 11 hours away, and somebody walks up to you behind you and says, hey, I'm praying for your wife, that means that's a tight-knit community. And I know that this channel's got a tight-knit group, and I appreciate every single one of y'all that come on. And I am 100% trying to make this channel great. I can't do nothing for the country accent. I try to work on pronouncing words correctly, not doing the southern, let's see, what's the wife call it? She calls it mumbling. I try not to do the mumbling. I try to give it the correct accent. But that is who I am. What you see here is 100% who I am. So definitely trying to make it better. There's a lot of stuff going on over here in the product reveal. I am working on that VR headset. Going to be doing some online live playing in community games. So look forward to that. If you don't have a headset, that's fine. I'm just going to be hosting events with it. Man, the shotguns, there's some new shells coming out. I can't say what is coming up with Salt Creek, but there's something coming out of Salt Creek, and I saw it, and it's going to be amazing. There's a lot going on. Like I said, hunting season is just about to be started, so I can't wait. So what did Jeff say up here? Jeff said I always put the kick easy recoils pads on all my new guns. So I don't know that you're going to need that one on this one, Jeff. This thing, if you are, well, I know how old you are, but if you're from the 80s and the 90s, you're going to know these tennis shoes that's got these air cushions in them. And this is what it feels like. I mean, it is super, super soft. Jay says, I got limb saver on all my 20s. Before you buy one, shoot it normal and see how it feels. I think they're made out of the same material. Yeah, another thing, what Mama said in the chat, it's really cool when, and some of y'all have never seen my truck, and some of you seen it maybe on a couple of videos. It's got the logo and all that on there. It's pretty cool when you're going down the road and your phone goes ding, and somebody comments on the video and says, hey, I just passed you on mile marker whatever. That is like really cool. And had that experience this past weekend. A guy said, hey, you're in my neck of the woods. I just passed you. Really, really cool. So there's a lot more coming. I want to make it better. We're doing more with the guests. So I don't know if y'all heard it at the very beginning, because I know the internet went out. So I'm going to repeat it again. So if you are into fantasy football, I created a fantasy football team. There is 10 spots, which I take 1 spot, so that leaves 9 spots left. It is called the Huddle Ducks. It's going to be fantasy football. If you never play fantasy football and you're like, I don't like professional football, I don't like professional football. I like college football. But this fantasy football is really cool. It doesn't really mean you got to pick one team. Because during fantasy football, you're going to have, 15 players from different teams. And it doesn't matter which team they are. It's all, you just want to put in the player who you think is going to do good that way to get points and so on. That's how it works. This fantasy football that we're doing this year is only 10. I don't know how that's going to go. I definitely can fill 10 spots. Well, 9 left. But I can fill 9 spots. Maybe next year we might do the 20. But on September the 3rd, which is a Wednesday, at 8 o'clock, which is my normal time, that is when we're going to do the draft. So you don't have to be present to do the draft. You can let it do the auto draft. I've seen people do the auto draft and win. Because players, you could trade players, you can basically put them out to the lottery and then get new players. Some players get hurt. When the player get hurt in real life, your fantasy football player also gets hurt, or if it gets benched or they not playing that week. It's really fun to play. So if you're interested in becoming on this fantasy football league, there is no fee. If you win, you're going to get a congratulations. There's going to be no money associated with it, so it literally is all for fun. Just text me. I can send you the invite, or email me. My email is randallreynolds@yahoo.com. I can send you that link to the fantasy football. It's on ESPN. You can get the app on your phone. I enjoyed it, so that's going to be something coming up. September the 3rd, we're going to do the draft. We're going to do it all live, pending that, I don't lose internet like I have in the past 2 weeks. But last week there was a storm. This week, who knows? The whole neighborhood went out, because as soon as it went out, I texted everybody, and everybody else's was out too. So hopefully y'all having a good Wednesday. Again, preseason football kicked off last Thursday in that it wasn't Legends, it was some kind of, I don't even remember what it was called. It was something special, but preseason kicks off tomorrow night. There's 3 games tomorrow night, and then a bunch of games Friday and into Saturday. So fall is in the air, and when fall is in the air, that it means it's our time to shine for hunting season, deer season, dove season. I kind of like dove season, goose season. Man, I'm looking at them decoys over there that I can't wait to use. And then early teal. But like I said, in the first section of the video, before the internet went out, there is some tropical storms starting to brew off the coast of Africa. So now is the time to get your generators ready, get your food, water, and all that ready, because, September-ish is when we normally get our hurricanes. So now's a good time. Yes, Jeff, thank you for that. Thank y'all for the prayers for my wife. Again, I said it last week. I said it before. There's plenty more people that's way worse shape than what we got going on. But continue the prayers. They are definitely felt. What else? Oh, next Wednesday, most likely, unless it like rains and thunders, I will not be on next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I will be attending. If you look like right up there, the hauling service, that is a buddy of mine. His son is getting baptized on a Wednesday. So unless they change that for any given reason, I will not be on next Wednesday. So don't come to the video looking for one next week and be like, where's RD at? Well, RD's going to be down at the baptism watching a young boy get baptized. So I can't wait to see that. So that's about all I got. I appreciate all y'all coming on. Appreciate you coming back if it kicked you off. I greatly appreciate it. Be on the lookout for some new videos. I got a video coming out Saturday on 28 gauge at the range. What else I got? I definitely got the show. I haven't even downloaded all the videos on that. I got about 5 or 6 videos I got to edit, so y'all be looking for new videos and some new ammo. That's all I can say is there's going to be some new ammo. So until then, y'all stay safe. Thank God for the outdoors that He has blessed us with. And until then, I'll see y'all not next Wednesday, but the next. And if you want in on this fantasy football, hit me up. And I'll see y'all. And here's a word from our sponsors. Matthew Knight with Satura Investors out of Charlotte. There's the information. The link to his website is scrolling across the banner down at the bottom, and it's also in the description. Today's episode is about helping business owners and working professionals like you who share a passion for the outdoors, shooting sports, zeroing them in to their long-term financial goals. So if you need any information or contact or any other questions, contact Matthew. Also, go check out Salt Creek Ammo. This triple curl TSS is some of the best TSS I have ever shot. This is for waterfowl edition. It's made for waterfowl. So if you're going to shoot a species that you've been chasing for a long time, don't use no cheap ammo. You pay good money to go on a trip. You got great guns. Don't cheap out on cheap ammunition. This TSS is amazing. It's got number 7s, number 8s, and he has number 9s. So go check out saltcreekammo.com. Here you will find any kind of ammo you're looking for. He has custom loads, TSS in 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, low pressure ammunition. You got Predator ammunition, turkey ammunition, anything you're looking for, give Keith a call. Also to the channel, Kicks Industries, most people will know them as Kick Chokes, has came on board, and I have done a bunch of series lately on waterfowl choke tubes, turkey choke tubes, deer choke tubes. So go check out Kick's website for all of the chokes that can fit your guns. Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC, has partnered up with the channel. It is your go-to provider for all your hauling needs. They are not just any hauling service. They are an active DOT interstate hotshot hauling provider. Flint Ridge Service, LLC, prides itself in its reliable transportation services. This team ensures that your cargo is delivered safely and on time no matter the distance. Whether you need to transport goods across the county or state line, they have the capacity and the expertise to meet your hauling needs. Equipped with a smooth riding 40-foot air ride equipped trailer and a max hauling capacity of 20,000 pounds, there's no load too big or too small that they can't handle. Look no further than Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC.